Ever wondered what happened to the cast of the sitcom What's Happening? This popular ABC series, which aired from August 5, 1976 to April 28, 1979, followed the lives of three working-class African-American teenagers in Watts, Los Angeles. Its success even led to a sequel, What's Happening Now, featuring much of the original cast as young adults. But where are the stars of What's Happening today, and what have they been up to? It's been 45 years since the final episode aired, and many of the cast members' lives took unexpected and often tragic turns. Some faced heartbreaking challenges, while others passed away far too soon. Let's take a look at where they are now, and see what's been happening with them. Number 1. Shirley Hemphill as Shirley Wilson. Shirley Hemphill, best known for her role as Shirley Wilson on What's Happening, brought to life the sharp-witted waitress who served up sass alongside sodas at the local hangout frequented by Raj, Rerun, and Dwayne. Hemphill's portrayal of the wisecracking Shirley made her a standout character, especially with her quick retorts to the frequent fat jokes aimed at her, always delivered with impeccable comedic timing. Born on July 1, 1947, Hemphill was about 28 years old when she first stepped into the role of Shirley in 1975, making her slightly older than the character she portrayed. Her natural comedic talent quickly made her a fan favorite, and she became an integral part of the show's charm. Following the end of What's Happening, Hemphill was offered her own sitcom, 1 in a Million. In this show, she starred as Shirley Simmons, a no-nonsense taxi driver who suddenly finds herself the owner of a multi-million-dollar corporation after inheriting it from a wealthy passenger. Despite its unique and promising premise, the show struggled to capture the same magic and was unfortunately canceled after just a few weeks on air. After the cancellation of 1 in a Million, Shirley Hemphill turned her focus back to her roots in stand-up comedy, performing at clubs across the country where her sharp wit and vibrant personality continued to shine. In addition to her work in comedy, she made guest appearances on popular TV shows like The Love Boat, Trapper John, MD, and Pryor's Place. Her fans were delighted when she reprised her iconic role as Shirley Wilson in the sequel series What's Happening Now, bringing the beloved character back to the screen from 1985 to 1988. When What's Happening Now ended, Hemphill found herself taking on smaller roles in various television projects. However, her health began to deteriorate, which increasingly limited her ability to work. By 1997, when she appeared on The Jenny Jones Show, her health had significantly worsened, and she struggled with mobility, a stark contrast to the vibrant energy she had once brought to the screen. Despite these difficulties, Hemphill's dedication to her craft never wavered. She continued working until her final screen appearance in 1999 in an episode of the television series Lynx. Tragically, in December 1999, Shirley Hemphill was found deceased in her home in West Covina, California, at the age of just 52. Authorities determined that she likely died of natural causes, though her passing was only discovered after some time had passed. It was her gardener who made the heartbreaking discovery, finding Hemphill lying face down in her home. Hemphill had been living alone at the time of her death, adding to the somber nature of the situation. Hemphill was best known for her role as the sharp-tongued waitress Shirley Wilson on What's Happening, where she quickly became a fan favorite. Her character's quick wit, biting humor, and unforgettable one-liners made her stand out, cementing her place in the hearts of viewers. Throughout her career, Hemphill's portrayal of Shirley Wilson remained a defining moment, showcasing her exceptional comedic talent and timing. Her untimely death brought an end to a life that had been full of laughter and impact on the entertainment industry, leaving behind a legacy that continues to be remembered fondly by fans and peers alike. Number 2. Haywood Nelson as Dwayne Nelson. Haywood Nelson, best known for his role as Dwayne Nelson on the beloved sitcom What's Happening, brought to life the character of a shy and somewhat anxious teenager who was one of the closest friends of the main character, Raj. Dwayne was known for his quiet demeanor, his struggles with fitting in at school, his anxiety around girls, and his concerns about the future. Despite his reserved nature, Dwayne's iconic catchphrase, "Hey, hey, hey," became a cultural touchstone, often repeated by fans during the show's run. Born on March 25, 1960, Haywood Nelson was around 15 years old when he auditioned for the role and just 16 when the show premiered. This made him the only actor among the three main protagonists who was actually close in age to his high school character. His youthful authenticity added an extra layer of realism to Dwayne's portrayal. Throughout the series, Haywood Nelson's commitment to the role was evident, as he appeared in every single episode of What's Happening. This consistency set him apart as the only cast member to maintain a steady presence from the beginning of the show to its end, solidifying his place as an integral part of the series' success. After a brief departure from What's Happening, due to salary disputes, Ernest Thomas and Fred Berry temporarily left the show, leaving Haywood Nelson to take on the challenge of carrying an episode on his own. This was a significant moment for Nelson, showcasing his ability to hold the audience's attention without his usual co-stars. According to rumors, Haywood also played a crucial role in naming the show. Reflecting on the moment, he once shared, "I was like, man, we gotta call it What's Happening." And everyone was like, "What?" Then it clicked for everyone. Yeah, like What's Happening, cool. And from there, the name stuck. Following the end of What's Happening, Haywood Nelson pursued his education, studying architecture and electronics engineering, fields that showcased his interests beyond acting. Despite stepping away from the limelight, he made a few notable appearances, including a guest spot on The White Shadow in 1979 and a role as Kowalski in the 1981 horror film Evil Speak. Nelson later reunited with his former castmates for the sequel series What's Happening Now, bringing his beloved character Dwayne back to the screen. He also appeared in a 1990 episode of Dragnet before taking an extended hiatus from acting. In 2003, Nelson briefly returned to the screen to portray himself in a film, but since then, he has kept a low profile. During the peak of his fame, however, Nelson and his co-stars were in high demand, gracing talk shows and magazine covers as the faces of a cultural phenomenon. In an era before the internet and social media, Nelson and his colleagues managed to maintain a level of privacy that seems almost impossible today, effortlessly keeping their personal lives away from the public eye. Years after What's Happening catapulted him to fame, Haywood Nelson opened up about his love life, revealing some surprising infatuations he had while working on the show. In a candid interview with Essence magazine a few years ago, the now 58-year-old actor shared that he nearly married a famous actress who had a small role on the series. Nelson confessed that during his time on the show, he had a crush on two of his co-stars, Danielle Spencer, who played the quick-witted Dee Thomas, and Shirley Hemphill, the sharp-tongued waitress Shirley Wilson. Reflecting on his feelings, he said, "I had a big crush on Dee. She was amazing, sharp, clever, and unafraid to speak her mind, even to adults. If our age difference hadn't been an issue, it would have been very tempting waters." Nelson also revealed his deep admiration for Shirley Hemphill, noting that her quick wit and fearless personality were qualities he found incredibly attractive. "I loved her wit," he said. "I admire people who are fearless, and being a spiritual person, I connected with her on that level as well." These revelations added a new layer to the behind-the-scenes dynamics of the beloved sitcom, showing that the bonds formed on set sometimes went beyond mere friendship. Haywood Nelson, who transitioned from acting to producing, also opened up about a relationship that almost led to marriage. He nearly tied the knot with Debbie Morgan, the acclaimed actress best known for her role in All My Children. Reflecting on their time together, Nelson admitted that his youthful recklessness was the reason their relationship ended, a decision he deeply regrets. "Debbie Morgan and I used to date," Nelson shared. "She even appeared on the show, but it was my fault. I blew it. I was too young, driving around in a Porsche. More interested in road trips with my boys than in spending the time she needed. If I'd had my head on straight, I would have married her. Despite their breakup, both stars moved forward with their lives. Today, Nelson is happily married to Kanadia Sky, who comes from the royal family of Saudi Arabia and Dubai. Kanadia is not only his wife, but also his attorney and business partner. Together, they operate an oil petroleum technology corporation called Skywood, where Nelson has been working as a consultant in recent years. Haywood Nelson married Kanadia Sky in 2014, and since then, he has largely kept out of the public eye. This shift in lifestyle is likely due to the responsibilities and expectations that come with being part of a royal family, where maintaining a low profile and exercising discretion are essential to preserving the family's reputation. Although Nelson has stepped away from acting, he remains deeply involved in the entertainment industry. Now working primarily behind the scenes, he has contributed his skills and experience to numerous television and talk show productions over the years. His expertise has also been sought after by various production companies, where he has provided valuable consultancy services. As of 2024, at 64 years old, Nelson continues to influence the entertainment world, albeit from behind the curtain. His transition from a beloved on-screen actor to a key player behind the scenes reflects his enduring passion for the industry and his ability to adapt to new roles within it. Number 3. Danielle Spencer as Dee Thomas. Danielle Spencer, known for her role as Dee Thomas, played the mischievous younger sister to Roger Raj Thomas on What's Happening. Dee was the quintessential little sister, constantly teasing her brother, blackmailing him and his friends, or getting them into trouble. Her two iconic catchphrases, "Oh, I'm telling Mama," and "Oh, you're going to get it, Raj," perfectly captured her character's cheeky and clever personality. As the show progressed into its third season, Dee's character began to mature. Her relationship with Raj softened, especially after he moved out of the house, allowing for a more nuanced sibling dynamic. Born on June 24, 1965, Danielle Spencer was about 10 years old when the show first aired, making her roughly the same age as her character. This close age match helped Spencer bring authenticity to Dee's youthful energy and antics. However, not everyone was pleased with how Dee's character was portrayed. Some cast members felt that Dee was depicted as overly bratty and precocious for her age. They believed that while her sharp wit and tendency to get the last word added to the comedy, it didn't always reflect the more typical interactions within a real-world family. Despite this, Dee's character became a fan favorite, and her memorable one-liners contributed significantly to the show's charm. Despite her early success as a child star on What's Happening, Danielle Spencer's life has been marked by significant challenges and life-threatening events. Throughout it all, she has remained resilient and maintains a hopeful perspective. In an emotional interview on Oprah Winfrey's show, Where Are They Now?, Danielle reflected on her struggles and the strength she draws from her faith. "Even going through all of this, I still know that there's a plan for me. I'm still here for a reason. And that's what I have to think of," she shared. In 1977, at just 11 years old, Danielle's life took a tragic turn when she was involved in a devastating car accident. On her way to the set of What's Happening? With her stepfather, Tim Pelt, their vehicle was struck in an accident that claimed Pelt's life instantly. Danielle survived but suffered severe injuries, including a broken arm, leg, and pelvis, as well as significant facial injuries. After enduring a harrowing car accident and spending 3 weeks in a coma, Danielle Spencer exhibited incredible resilience by returning to the set of What's Happening for the show's next season. To accommodate her recovery and conceal the facial injuries she sustained, her hair was styled in a way that covered the damage. Her return to work was both a testament to her bravery and a significant moment of recovery, though the trauma from the accident had a lasting impact on her life. As she moved away from the entertainment industry, Danielle faced new and challenging health issues. In 2003, she began to experience troubling symptoms, including numbness in her feet and legs. Medical evaluations revealed a spinal condition linked to the car accident she had suffered years earlier. This diagnosis necessitated spinal surgery to remove a calcified disc. The procedure and subsequent recovery were grueling. Danielle spent approximately 8 months in a wheelchair and underwent intensive physical therapy. Her perseverance and determination eventually allowed her to walk again, albeit with the aid of arm crutches. In 2014, Danielle Spencer encountered another significant health challenge when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. After a biopsy confirmed the diagnosis, Danielle opted for a double mastectomy, a difficult but necessary decision. Reflecting on this tumultuous period, she shared, "It was definitely one of the worst times in my life. You feel helpless. You can't do what you want to do. It leads to depression. I had so much support from friends and family." Despite the emotional and physical toll, the support from her loved ones was a vital source of strength during this trying time. Danielle's health struggles persisted beyond her cancer battle. In 2018, she faced yet another critical health issue when she required emergency brain surgery, a complication linked to the spinal injury from her childhood accident. Her resilience shone through as she underwent the procedure and made a full recovery. Throughout these ongoing health challenges, Danielle continued to use crutches to assist her mobility. Amidst the significant challenges Danielle Spencer has faced, she has also experienced remarkable successes and made inspiring choices in her life. After her time on What's Happening, Danielle chose to leave acting at a young age to follow her passion for veterinary medicine. She pursued her studies at Tuskegee University, where she earned her degree and has since dedicated over 22 years to practicing as a veterinarian in the Los Angeles area. Her commitment to animal care and her contributions to the field were honored in 2016 when she was inducted into the National Museum of African American History and Culture in Washington, D.C. In addition to her veterinary career, Danielle has shared her personal journey through her book, Through the Fire, Journal of a Child Star. In this candid memoir, she details her experiences growing up as a child star, the impact of her childhood accident, and the resilience she has shown throughout her life. The book provides an honest and inspiring look at her struggles and triumphs, reflecting her determination and strength. Despite the many obstacles she has encountered, Danielle maintains a positive outlook on life. She expresses gratitude for her experiences and holds a hopeful belief that even greater things are ahead. Number 4. Mabel King as Mabel Mama Thomas. Mabel King, who played Mabel Mama Thomas on What's Happening, was the matriarchal figure guiding her children, Raj and Dee, through their daily lives. As a divorced single mother, her character was both loving and authoritative, offering a blend of wisdom and discipline. She often dispensed motherly advice to Raj's friends, Rerun and Dwayne, making her a central, nurturing presence on the show. Born on December 25, 1932, Mabel King was about 42 years old when the series premiered, which was likely a few years younger than the character she portrayed. Before becoming a beloved television mom, King had a distinguished career in theater. She made her acting and singing debut on Broadway as Maria in Porgy and Bess. Her talent shone brightly in various musicals, including her role as Ernestina in Hello, Dolly, and in the productions of Don't Play Us Cheap and The Wiz, where she starred alongside Diana Ross as the Wicked Witch of the West, Eveline. Before Mabel King's acting career soared, she began her journey in music as a young girl singing in church. Her powerful voice soon transitioned to the nightclub scene, where she earned her living as a nightclub singer. Her vocal talent was evident both on Broadway and on television, but her personal life was fraught with challenges. King divorced her husband, Melvin King, in 1989 after 22 years of marriage. Her later years were marred by health issues, and she passed away in relative obscurity, far from the limelight she once enjoyed. In the mid-1970s, Mabel King found a significant role in the sitcom What's Happening, where she played the warm and authoritative single mother, Mama Thomas. Her portrayal of Mama Thomas won the hearts of many viewers, and she remained a central figure on the show for its first 2 seasons until its cancellation in 1978. Despite the show's popularity, King had reservations about its direction and the portrayal of her character. When What's Happening was revived as What's Happening Now. In 1985, King was approached to reprise her role. However, she declined the offer, feeling that the terms were not satisfactory. As a result, the reboot proceeded without her, marking the end of her involvement with the series. Mabel King was deeply dissatisfied with how her character, Mama Thomas, was portrayed on What's Happening. She felt that Mama was reduced to a stereotypical image of a divorced black woman working as a maid, missing a vital opportunity to offer strong and nuanced parental role models for black audiences. King saw this as a significant missed chance, considering it one of television's greatest tragedies. Despite being the moral center of the show, Mama Thomas's character was increasingly undermined by the children, particularly Dee, which frustrated King. In the late 1970s, Mabel King had the chance to shine in several notable comedies. She made a memorable appearance in the film The Jerk alongside Steve Martin, where she played his adoptive mother, Mama Johnson, a role she had previously performed on stage. King also returned to one of her most iconic roles as the Wicked Witch of the West in Sidney Lumet's film adaptation of The Wiz. Her performance in this role earned her a Drama Desk Award nomination for Outstanding Featured Actress in a Musical and opened doors to other significant film opportunities. Mabel King's final film roles included a part in the 1988 holiday classic Scrooged, starring Bill Murray, and a role in the 1990 film Dead Men Don't Die. Despite her impactful performance on What's Happening, and her advocacy for better representation on television, her career did not fully recover after the show. By the late 1980s, Mabel's health began to deteriorate significantly. She was diagnosed with diabetes, a condition exacerbated by her weight, leading to serious complications. In 1986, she underwent the amputation of one of her toes. Unfortunately, her health continued to decline, culminating in a debilitating stroke in 1991, which required her to move into the motion picture and television country house and hospital in Woodland Hills, California. The complications from her diabetes worsened over time, necessitating the amputation of her left leg in 1991, her right leg in 1994, and eventually one of her arms. Adding to her suffering was the tragic death of her only son, Larry, in 1996. Having divorced her husband, Melvin King, in 1989 after 22 years of marriage, Mabel lived her final years in relative solitude. Mabel King passed away on November 9, 1999, at the age of 66 at Kaiser Foundation Hospital. After years of enduring dialysis due to diabetes-related complications, she succumbed to organ failure as her kidneys shut down. Her death went publicly unannounced for 2 weeks, leaving many of her longtime friends and colleagues unaware and unable to attend her funeral. Mabel's passing marked the end of a remarkable career filled with joy and laughter. Despite the challenges she faced in her later years, her work continues to be celebrated by a dedicated following of fans. Her legacy lives on through the cherished memories of her vibrant performances and the enduring impact she made on both the entertainment industry and her audience. Number 5. Fred Berry as Freddie Rerun Stubbs. Fred Berry, best known for his role as Freddie Rerun Stubbs on the beloved sitcom What's Happening, brought a unique blend of comedy and charisma to the screen. Born on March 19, 1951, Fred was 25 years old when he took on the role of Rerun, a character originally conceived for a skinny white actor. Fred's audition was so impressive that producers decided to tailor the role to fit him, leading to the iconic character who became a household name. With his signature red beret and suspenders, Rerun became famous for his infectious energy and memorable dance moves. Despite the character's comedic portrayal of being teased for his weight and perceived slow wit, Fred Berry's genuine charm and humor made Rerun a standout figure on the show. His iconic catchphrase, which lent its name to the show itself, became a beloved part of pop culture. Fred earned his nickname, Rerun, due to his tendency to repeat summer school classes. This aspect of his character was a nod to his real-life experiences. Beyond his acting career, Fred was an accomplished street dancer and a founding member of the Lockers, a celebrated dance troupe that gained fame with their appearance on the early episodes of Saturday Night Live in 1975. The Lockers' innovative dance style helped solidify their place in pop culture, showcasing Fred's real-life talent and passion for dance. On What's Happening, Fred Berry's character, Rerun, gained an additional layer of authenticity when the Lockers appeared on the show as the Rockets, a dance group that Rerun auditioned for within the storyline. This casting choice highlighted not only Fred's comedic talents, but also his remarkable dancing skills, further endearing him to audiences and enhancing his appeal as Rerun. Fred Berry's popularity from What's Happening was so profound that he legally changed his middle name to Rerun, embracing the persona that had captivated viewers. However, the success and fame that came with the role also brought significant personal challenges. The increasing number of fat jokes directed at his character began to affect Fred deeply, leading him to internalize the criticism and struggle with feelings of insecurity. This turmoil contributed to a dangerous spiral of heavy drinking and drug use. Fred's difficulties were compounded by his struggle with fame and the trappings it entailed. Despite 3 attempts to leave behind his celebrity status and the associated wealth, he found himself drawn back into the lifestyle. His teenage experimentation with drugs and alcohol, which had initially been manageable, escalated dramatically as his success afforded him greater means to indulge. At one point, Fred's drug use became so severe that he was even purchasing substances from individuals working on the studio lot. In a revealing interview with the Cincinnati Call and Post, Fred Berry opened up about his tumultuous period following his success on What's Happening. He admitted, "I was addicted to drugs and alcohol for 10 years and probably spent $1 million partying. I tried to commit suicide 3 times. I just got tired of being tired and decided to rededicate my life to the Lord in 1984. This candid confession highlighted the depth of his struggles with addiction and despair. In a separate interview with People magazine, Fred further shared his feelings of emptiness and the toll of fame. "The stress of success got to me, the fat jokes got to me. I was empty inside." His off-camera behavior, marked by frequent troublemaking and erratic demands, created friction with colleagues and producers. At one point, Fred even persuaded co-star Ernest Thomas to join him in a strike for higher pay. The producers, frustrated by these disruptions, chose to cancel the series rather than acquiesce to his demands. Post What's Happening, Fred faced significant financial and personal difficulties. Reports suggest he squandered over $1 million on cars, homes, and drugs, exacerbating his financial instability. Alongside his struggles with obesity and addiction, spanning alcohol, drugs, food, and tumultuous relationships, Fred experienced a series of troubled marriages, having been married 6 times to 4 different women. Despite these setbacks, Fred's enduring fame from the show occasionally afforded him small roles and guest appearances in various productions, including Martin, In the Hood, Bum Runner, and Scrubs. After rededicating his life to the Lord, Fred Berry experienced a remarkable transformation. He successfully conquered his addictions and put an end to his cycle of suicide attempts. Embracing his faith, Berry channeled his energy into spreading the gospel, becoming a passionate speaker at churches, schools, and community groups. He shared his personal journey of redemption and offered hope to others grappling with similar challenges. Despite his spiritual recovery, Berry's personal life remained troubled. He went through 4 marriages, which collectively resulted in 6 divorces, reflecting the ongoing turbulence in his personal relationships. In 2003, Fred Berry passed away from natural causes at the age of 52. At the time of his death, he was survived by his wife and 3 children. After leaving his acting career behind, Barry found solace and purpose as an associate minister and evangelist at a church near Huntsville, Alabama. In an interview with the Los Angeles Sentinel, he spoke of a profound connection to his church, where he experienced the power of God in a way he had never felt before. Barry's legacy continues through his contributions to both entertainment and spiritual leadership, leaving an enduring impact on his community. Number 6. Ernest Lee Thomas, as Roger Raj Thomas. Ernest Thomas, acclaimed for his portrayal of Roger Raj Thomas on the beloved sitcom What's Happening, brought to life the character of Raj, a high school student with a mix of good manners and famously awkward dance moves. Raj, living with his younger sister Dee and their divorced mother Mabel, stood out among his friends as the intellectual one. His ongoing pursuit of becoming a screenwriter was a central theme of the show, often seen saving up for a typewriter or trying to catch the attention of television producers. Raj's thick-rimmed glasses and distinct voice became iconic traits of his character, embodying the archetype of the thoughtful, somewhat nerdy teenager. His high-pitched laugh delighted audiences, while his exaggerated deep tone, used to impress older girls, added a humorous touch to his personality. Ernest Thomas, born in Indiana in 1949, rose to prominence in the mid-1970s, establishing himself as a versatile entertainer. His acting journey began with a notable debut in the 1974 Broadway production Love for Love. Thomas refined his craft at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts before moving to Los Angeles to pursue a full-time acting career. Ernest Thomas soon expanded his acting career with roles in several prominent television series. He appeared as Ronnie Walker on The Jeffersons and made a notable guest appearance in the 1975 hit Beretta. His versatility was further showcased through appearances on The Brady Bunch Hour and a memorable role as Kailuba in the miniseries Roots, a role for which he was initially considered for the lead part of Kunta Kinte. Thomas continued to make significant contributions to television with varied roles in shows such as Everybody Hates Chris, where he played Mr. Omar, Basketball Girlfriend, in which he portrayed Lenny, and Malcolm X, where he took on the role of Sidney. In addition to his acting career, Thomas is the founder of Bravo Kid Entertainment, reflecting his dedication to creative ventures and the broader entertainment industry. Despite his extensive filmography and varied roles, Ernest Thomas is best remembered for his iconic portrayal of Roger Raj Thomas on the beloved sitcom What's Happening, and its sequel, What's Happening Now, the role of Roger Raj. Thomas catapulted Ernest Thomas to stardom, but it was not without its challenges. Thomas candidly recounted, "I lost a few friends when I landed Raj, because everyone wanted to be Raj. I auditioned against over 200 actors for the role. After numerous callbacks and extensive screen tests, Thomas secured the coveted part, attributing his success to divine intervention following his heartfelt prayers." At just 26 years old, Thomas embraced the role of Raj, quickly becoming a household name and contributing significantly to the show's immediate success. What's Happening? Enjoyed high ratings and widespread popularity during its original run from 1976 to 1979, largely due to Thomas's engaging portrayal. The fame and wealth that followed marked a pivotal moment in Thomas's acting career. His endearing performance as Raj endeared him to audiences, establishing him as a prominent figure in entertainment. Thomas later reprised his iconic role in the sequel, What's Happening Now?, which aired from 1985 to 1988 after a 6-year hiatus, continuing to build on the success and legacy of the original series. After the abrupt end of What's Happening?, Ernest Thomas struggled to cope with the unforeseen burden of fame and wealth at a young age. The cancellation of the show was a devastating blow, one he learned of in a disheartening moment at a newsstand. This sudden shift left him grappling with the loss of a significant part of his life and career. Thomas admitted that the show's cancellation led him into a deep period of depression. Seeking solace, he turned to drugs, including cocaine, crack, and marijuana. These substances initially provided him with a fleeting sense of euphoria, but they ultimately drew him into a darker, more destructive realm. His struggle with addiction brought about a profound inner turmoil, overshadowing the temporary high with long-lasting negative consequences. Reflecting on his turbulent times, Thomas described the initial allure of drugs as awesome, acknowledging the powerful rush they provided. However, he also faced the harsh reality of their impact, where feelings of inadequacy and destructive thoughts consumed him. Ernest Thomas reached a crucial juncture in his life as he grappled with addiction following the end of What's Happening. Initially, he attempted to manage his drug use, but over time his situation deteriorated significantly. The turning point came when he lost everything, culminating in an eviction from his home due to an inability to pay the rent. Forced to move in with his supportive sister, Thomas came to the realization that he needed a profound and immediate change in his life. Drawing inspiration from his Muslim upbringing, Thomas turned back to his faith, committing himself to fervent prayer in hopes of overcoming his addiction. His path to recovery took a pivotal turn when a Muslim acquaintance reached out to him with a candid and heartfelt conversation, urging him to reclaim control over his life. Since his spiritual awakening in 1975 and subsequent embrace of Islam, Thomas has been outspoken about the transformative impact of faith. He credits all his achievements to God's guidance and feels compelled to share the message of God's unconditional love and miraculous power. Thomas channeled his experiences and faith into his book, From Raj to Riches, Overcoming Life Through Faith, with the aim of inspiring others to prioritize their faith and trust in God, despite the trials and tribulations of the entertainment industry. Number 7. Earl Billings as Rob. Earl Billings, born on July 4, 1945, in Cleveland, Ohio, has built a distinguished career in both television and film, leaving a notable mark with his wide-ranging roles and unique on-screen presence. Best known for his role as Rob on ABC's cherished television series, What's Happening, Billings has demonstrated considerable versatility across various genres and mediums throughout his career. In addition to his memorable portrayal of Rob, Billings has contributed significantly to numerous other television shows and films. His performance in Antwone Fisher earned him acclaim for its depth and authenticity, while his role in American Splendor showcased his ability to thrive in innovative and unconventional storytelling. Television audiences may also be familiar with Earl Billings from his diverse roles in popular series such as The Incredible Hulk, where he added depth and nuance to his characters. His presence was equally impactful in Something New, a romantic comedy that stood out for its refreshing perspective on love and relationships. Beyond these notable roles, Billings has showcased his talent in a range of projects, including memorable guest appearances on shows like Misguided. His ability to bring authenticity and depth to every role highlights his dedication to the craft of acting. Earl Billings' career reflects his commitment to his art and his skill in portraying a wide array of characters with genuine emotion and versatility. Number 8. Debbie Morgan as Diane. Debbie Morgan, renowned for her role as Diane on the beloved sitcom What's Happening, captivated audiences with her compelling portrayal. Diane, the show's smart and confident character, brought a unique blend of charm and resilience to the screen. Her role as the no-nonsense yet caring young woman who was a guiding force for her friends and family highlighted Morgan's ability to balance drama and humor seamlessly. Debbie Morgan, born on September 20, 1951, in Dunn, North Carolina, has carved out a distinguished career in the entertainment industry, gaining recognition for her remarkable performances and versatility. Morgan first gained prominence as a recurring cast member on the ABC sitcom What's Happening during its 1976-1977 run. Her portrayal of Diane, a dynamic and thoughtful character, showcased her ability to bring depth and authenticity to her roles. Following the show's cancellation, Morgan embarked on a prolific acting career that has spanned decades and continues to flourish. Morgan's career is marked by a series of notable achievements across both television and film. She has made a lasting impact on television with her roles in seminal series such as All My Children, Loving, Generations, and The City. Her performance in the miniseries, Roots, The Next Generations, was particularly significant, cementing her reputation as an actress capable of delivering complex and memorable portrayals. A major milestone in Morgan's career came in 1989 when she became the first African-American actress to win the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series. This groundbreaking achievement highlighted her exceptional talent and set a new standard for representation in daytime television. In addition to her television success, Morgan has also made significant contributions to film. Her diverse roles across various film projects demonstrate her versatility and ability to excel in different mediums. Her film career complements her television work, showcasing her broad range as an actress. Off-screen, Morgan's life was marked by significant personal challenges. Her memoir details a troubling family history marred by cycles of abuse. She wrote about how her grandmother, mother, and aunts were all involved with abusive partners, a pattern that unfortunately influenced her own life. Morgan candidly admitted that she struggled with attracting similar types of men, which she now attributes to the deep-seated patterns she observed growing up. Morgan's relationships, including her tumultuous marriages, mirrored the patterns of violence and emotional abuse she had witnessed. She described how her early experiences with a physically and emotionally abusive teenage boyfriend shaped her perceptions of love and protection. Her marriages to Charles Weldon, Charles Dutton, and Don Thompson were marked by severe emotional abuse, which she candidly discusses in her book. Despite the profound impact of these experiences, Morgan found a path to healing and happiness later in life. Her marriage to businessman Jeffrey Winston in 2009 marked a significant turning point. For the first time, Morgan felt truly free and cherished, breaking the generational cycle of abuse that had plagued her family. Their relationship, characterized by mutual respect and support, has been a source of joy and stability for Morgan. In June 2021, Morgan and Winston celebrated their 12th wedding anniversary, with Winston surprising Morgan with a romantic getaway to Puerto Rico, a gesture that she shared with her followers on Instagram. This milestone was a testament to the happiness and fulfillment Morgan has found in her personal life. Debbie Morgan's journey, both on and off the screen, reflects her resilience and growth. Her portrayal of Diane remains a cherished part of television history, and her personal triumphs continue to inspire those who face similar struggles. Number 9. Fritzi Burr as Miss Collins. Fritzi Burr, born Fred Bear in Philadelphia on May 31, 1924, brought a touch of grace and comedic brilliance to the role of Miss Collins on the classic sitcom What's Happening? Fritzi Burr, whose parents were Russian Jews from Berdichev, Ukraine, had a rich early life marked by her parents' divorce and subsequent moves. After relocating from Philadelphia to Newark, New Jersey, and being adopted by her stepfather, she began her journey in the performing arts, using the stage name Fritzi Burr. Her career was shaped by the vibrant New York stage scene, where she honed her skills in various small theaters and vaudeville acts. By the late 1950s, Burr had made a name for herself on Broadway. She appeared in notable productions including I Can Get It For You Wholesale, where Barbra Streisand first gained national fame. Burr also played a significant role in Funny Girl as the mother of Fanny Brice, a part that highlighted her exceptional talent. Her Broadway credits were complemented by her performances in touring companies of musicals such as Fiddler on the Roof, where she played both Yente and Golda. In Hollywood, Burr continued to make her mark as a character actress, appearing in various films and television shows. Her film credits include roles in How Do I Love Thee, 1970, The Sensuous Lion, 1973, and Chinatown, 1974. On television, she brought her unique flair to shows like The Rockford Files, Starsky and Hutch, and The Golden Girls, among others. On What's Happening?, Burr's portrayal of Miss Collins was particularly noteworthy. Her character, a kind and patient teacher, was a pillar of stability amidst the comedic chaos of the students. Burr appeared in 7 episodes of the show, adding depth and warmth to the role. Despite her success, Fritzi Burr's personal life had its share of challenges. She was married to Aaron Heyman until his death in 1995. Burr passed away in Fort Myers, Florida, from natural causes on January 17, 2003, at the age of 78. Her contributions to entertainment remain cherished, and her role as Miss Collins continues to be remembered fondly by fans of What's Happening? Number 10. Thalmus Rasulala as Bill Thomas. Thalmus Rasulala, born Jack Crowder in Miami, Florida, on July 15, 1939, brought depth and presence to the role of Bill Thomas on the beloved sitcom What's Happening? As Raj and Dee's father, Bill Thomas was a pivotal character who balanced the comedic elements of the show with a fatherly wisdom that resonated with audiences. Rasulala, who graduated from the University of Redlands and briefly attended Shaw University, was a seasoned actor with a diverse range of roles across film, television, and stage. Before his role on What's Happening?, Rasulala had built a notable career, particularly in the realm of blaxploitation films. He made a significant impact with his performances in Cool Breeze, Blackula, and Willie Dynamite. In addition to his work on television, Rasulala made notable contributions to the stage. Under his original name Jack Crowder, he appeared in the Broadway production of Hello, Dolly as Cornelius Hackle. His performance in this all-black version of the musical, starring Pearl Bailey and Cab Calloway, was a highlight of his theatrical career, celebrated for its vibrant energy and musical prowess. Rasulala's film credits were equally impressive, with roles in Cornbread, Earl and Me, The Last Hard Men, and New Jack City. His last film role was as General Afir in Mom and Dad Save the World, released posthumously in 1992, shortly after his death from a heart attack on October 9, 1991, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Despite his success, Rasulala's personal life was not without its challenges. He married Martha Roberts in 1960, with whom he had 3 children before their divorce in 1977. In 1984, he married Sherlyn Mozingo, with whom he had 4 children. His passing was a significant loss to the entertainment industry, occurring just 2 days before the death of his Sanford and Son co-star, Red Fox. Number 11. Helen Martin as Millie. Helen Martin, renowned for her role as Millie in the classic sitcom What's Happening?, brought a distinctive charm and comedic flair to the show. Portraying the character of Millie, the wise and spirited neighbor, Martin provided a lively presence with her sharp wit and memorable one-liners. Born on July 23, 1909, in St. Louis, Missouri, and raised in Nashville, Tennessee, Helen Martin came from a family of musicians who initially envisioned her as a concert pianist. However, her passion for acting led her to Fisk University for a brief period before she left to pursue a career in theater. During the Great Depression, Martin supported herself by working as a domestic worker, demonstrating her resilience and determination. Martin's acting journey took her from Chicago to New York City, where she studied with the WPA Theater and the Rose McClendon Players. As a founding member of the American Negro Theater in Harlem, she built a strong foundation for her career in both stage and screen. Her Broadway debut came with Orchids Preferred in 1937, followed by a notable performance in Orson Welles' production of Native Son in 1941. Throughout her career, Martin appeared in a dozen Broadway shows, including Jean Genet's The Blacks, the musical Raisin from 1973 to 1975, Ossie Davis's Pearly Victorious, and its musical adaptation, Pearly, The Amen Corner, and Tennessee Williams's Period of Adjustment. Martin's television career also included recurring roles on popular series such as Good Times, where she played Wanda Weeping Wanda, and 227, where she portrayed Pearl Shea. She also appeared on the short-lived sitcoms Baby, I'm Back, and That's My Mama. Despite her fame, Helen Martin's later years were marked by a continued dedication to her craft. She became a beloved figure in the industry for her spirited performances and her ability to bring humor and authenticity to her roles. Helen Martin passed away from a heart attack on March 25, 2000, in Monterey, California, at the age of 90. And that's the wrap-up for this video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the cast of What's Happening and want to see more content like this, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to check out the next video on your screen. You're going to love it.